So he's this bizarre mix of being very smart and also very kind-hearted. He owns, like, I'm assuming around 100 apartments, yet he sleeps in a closet. Hey folks, welcome back to another Appreciation Friday. I just want to quickly emphasize the reason behind these series, which is the power of having a gratitude or appreciation. It's been proven by plenty of studies and Socialism talking about it that it actually massively affects your physical and your mental health when you sit down and you take a mental inventory of things you, like blessings in your life, gratitude, appreciation, things of that nature. So this has been massively impactful in my life. And I also feel like it's very easy for us to point our fingers and say something bad about someone, but when you want to say something good, you always sit down and like, oh, should I say it? But maybe he thinks, but maybe she thinks. That shouldn't be the case. We should be the other way around. So I'm trying to do my part in that, and hopefully you pick someone you appreciate and just let them know. This episode goes to a fantastic human being, a guy who was able to motivate me and inspire me and actually push me to doing better things in a very short span of maybe 3 to 6 months. So he's this bizarre mix of being very smart and also very kind-hearted. He owns, like, I'm assuming around 100 apartments, yet he sleeps in a closet. He literally sleeps in a closet, but he owns 100 apartments. He's a guy who's very, very consistent, extremely hardworking. He puts himself a vision and then he does certain things day in and day out, doesn't talk about it, but he's always very consistent.
My failure to grow facial hair. Failing miserably at that, guys.
A few inches later.
That's really how I like to do business.
Yep, it's Matt McKeever. So I could use the obvious route, which any of you who know Matt McKeever will probably share the same sentiment, which is how much he taught you about real estate, how much he saved you in money, whatever that looks like. But in this video, I'm going to try and shine a light on who he is as a human being and the encounters that I had with him and some of the things that I really appreciate about our relationship together. I'm going to talk about 2 very specific incidents that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. So the first one is some random Wednesday in October 2019. I went and I visited Matt at his home because I wanted to ask him a bunch of real estate questions. So a little preface, this was my 3rd deal to ever look at, and I walked in on Matt. He was wearing his usual slim cut gray jeans, his black t-shirt, red beard, just your typical Matt McKeever, and he greeted me and we sat down. And I was like very polite but extremely transactional and just asking him, hey Matt, so I found this deal, it's a 9-plex, and this is the blah, blah, blah. And then he stopped me. He was like, Vina, 9-plex? And I'm like, yes. So he stops me, he looks me in the eye and he tells me, wow, Mina, 9-plex, good for you. I'm like, yeah, I just want to answer this. And then he wandered his eyes towards the kitchen table as if he's trying to tell someone like, hey guys, look at what this guy's doing. So it's this guy who's usually unemotional, who doesn't even know who I am. I might be a murderer, for all he knows. And he has complete and genuine happiness for a random person who did something may or may not be good for him, and he was completely happy about it. Needless to say, he helped me out in whatever way he can. I bugged him 17 times later about the same goddamn deal. He told me don't do it, and yeah, it was a money saver for me. So, incident number 2. This happened around February 2020. There was this deal that he brought me because he knows I wanted to buy more properties, and he had a 6-plex under contract. He told me, Mina, I have this 6-plex. It is this, this, and that, which had seller financing at 0% interest for a year, and that was sort of fiction to me at the time. He walked me through the deal and how to make it happen, and then as we came closer to closing date, the seller got extremely agitated. He's like, no, I don't know this Mina guy. I sold it to you, Matt. I'm not giving this guy financing, even though the paperwork was like that. And I will never forget this. He called me up, Matt that is, and he told me, listen, man, he doesn't want to do it, so I will give you a personal guarantee on that mortgage. Let me repeat that. He, a guy who I don't know, or like 6 months, he will personally put his assets and his life on the line for a mortgage that I will take and I will profit from. So anybody who knows what a mortgage is, you're basically indebted to someone, and if you don't pay, your assets are on the line. So the guy doesn't know me and he wanted Matt to sign, and Matt was going to do that. Even my lawyer, I remember it so clearly, my lawyer's like, this guy's either scamming you or he's a complete maniac, and his lawyer would never let him do that. I'm like, no, this is what's happening. But anyways, The deal went through and everything, but the gesture itself will always resonate with me for the rest of my life because nobody would do that. I mean, go ask your mom. Tell her, hey mom, can you personally guarantee my mortgage? She'll get, just shut up and get out of my face. That's probably what she'll do. Or not, I don't know. But generally speaking, no random person would ever do it for you.
At least once a week, I get a really meaningful email or comment on my YouTube channel that means the world to me and makes it apparent that I am making a difference to at least a small minority.
I would just like to ask the 7 people who might be watching this video is if you know Matt McKeever and if he helped you in any way, shape, or form, maybe just go on Instagram, DM him, tell him, hey man, thank you, you saved my life in this, you changed my life, whatever it is that he helped you with, or just comment on a post or video. The guy works extremely hard to help everyone and he does have an impact and I think he needs to know it. Anyways, that's the Friday. See you in the next one.